How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys by far one of the best melee builds that you can have in the entire game right now in Back 4 Blood. Now, using this build, you guys should be able to blow through just about any difficulty in the game with absolutely no problem. You should be able to blow through Recruit and Veteran, absolutely no problem, and this can also get you through Nightmare if you have a team to support you as well. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the Discord link. It's going to be down in the description below. You can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste it, here you go. You guys can copy all of them right here, but I'm going to spend a lot of time in this video just kind of going over each card and what its role specifically plays in the deck. But just a few quick tips on deck building, just for anyone that doesn't know, the order that you put these cards in are actually the order that you guys are going to get them in the game. So, and the first card is going to be considered your starting card, which is why it's your emblem up here. And it means that that is the card that you are going to start the campaign with every single time, no matter what. So you are going to have this first card here. You are going to have it before you even pick your first cards for the campaign. So you usually want your best card to be the first one, the one that just makes your strategy work. So the first card that I put into the deck for the melee build, the card that I thought was the absolute best for melees, is going to be Battle Lust. Now, this one says that melee kills heal 2 health. So when you're using this deck, you are planning to be meleeing approximately like 97% of the time. So getting 2 health every single kill, that's a lot. That is really, really good. Especially since, you know, this is more of like a tanky build of the deck. You are going to be able to just tank a lot of hits, and then you're just going to be constantly regaining health. And it's going to make you essentially unkillable to common infected, and even to things like tall boys and like, you know, hawkers and all that stuff like that. They're going to have a lot of trouble downing you, even in like, you know, veteran and nightmare. But in my opinion, this is the best card in the entire deck, and this card is a major reason that this just even works in the first place. So I choose it to be the starter card just so that I can guarantee have it every single time. I don't have to waste my first card choice on it, and I don't have to wait till like the 3rd or 4th mission to get it. So up next we have the 2nd through 5th slot. Now these are going to be the first 4 cards that you guys are going to see at the beginning of every campaign. So you also want these to be like your best cards that just make your strategy work. Just make sure it's not your best. So first we have Mean Drunk, which this one gives us plus 75% melee damage, which is absolutely insane. And your melee attacks cause cleave through enemies, dealing damage in a large area, which is basically going to make the area of effect for your melee weapon just bigger overall, which basically means that no matter where you're swinging, you're going to be hitting something, which combined with getting 2 health every single kill is absolutely insane. But it disables your sprinting, which disabling sprint is really not even that big of a deal, because the higher difficulty that you go on, the slower you guys actually want to go. So, you know, being able to save your stamina exclusively for using melees is actually kind of like, you know, it doesn't so much disable us, it just, you know, kind of enables us in a way. Now, coming up next, we have Meth Head. Now, this one gives us plus 40% melee attack speed, plus 40% melee stamina efficiency. Your melee attacks no longer stick in tough enemies. So this is going to make us an absolute chopping machine, but this does disable our aim down sights. Now, I know that sounds like a huge thing, like, oh my god, we're already disabling sprint and aim down sights, but listen, you are not going to be aiming down sights with a melee build, okay? And if you are, you're going to have something like an LMG or a shotgun in your back pocket, something that you do not have to aim with, because, I mean, this card is just too good, and the disabler, it's just too niche for me to just not play it. Now, up next is going to be Body Armor. Now, while this isn't a direct buff for melee, a huge part of what you do as a melee player is tank the damage, because you're the front line of defense, because you need to be swinging those machetes, those axes, whatever you have to do. And this gives us plus 25% trauma resistance, because you really build up trauma really, really quick when you use this melee build, because like I said, you are the front line of defense most of the time, so you are going to be taking pretty much the brunt of everything that is going to be coming from every horde ever. So being able to stop the trauma resistance is actually really good, and there's basically no downside because, like, I mean, ooh, minus 15% ammo capacity. We're not using a gun. Bullets are useless to us now. They were a thing of the past. We have melee weapons now. And the last card to round off the first 4 that we see in every campaign is going to be Vanguard. Now, this is a team card, which really, really benefits from you being the front line of the defense and just chopping down everything. Melee kills grant 1 temporary health to you and nearby enemies. So this can make it so your team functionally doesn't lose health during hordes. You know, unless they get, like, pounced in some way or, like, drug away or something like that. As long as you guys are working as a team, and even if you guys aren't working as a team, you are going to be generating your team, you know, extra 30, 45 health. Like, it's just ridiculous. Now, up next, we have Berserker. This one gains 10% melee damage, 10% melee speed, and 5% move speed for each melee kill in the last 4 seconds. I mean, this one seems pretty self-explanatory. It just lets us kill things faster and just move faster and just do all the melee stuff so we can swing more and kill more. This one seems very, very self-explanatory. Now, next up, we have Batter Up, which is 50% melee damage and 5% health. Now, something that you are going to find out very quickly when you're using these melee builds is that, yeah, you can swing your machete or your bat really fast, but if you're not doing enough damage, especially to things like tall boys and just other special infected, it's not going to matter how fast you can swing your bat if you have to swing it twice to kill a common. You know what I mean? So you really, really have to maintain your melee damage because, I mean, it's not very often a green melee or a blue melee drops. So for the most part, you're sticking with grays, which is the bottom tier. So to compensate for that, you want to play cards that increase your damage for your melee weapons. Up next is Hydration Pack. This is just more health. There's not really a lot of other good cards except body armor that make it so you don't take trauma damage. So the next best thing is health, and the downside being ammo capacity. We're not shooting guns here. Okay, those are the thing of the past. We don't need it. We have melee weapons. Up next, Spiky Bits. This is very similar to Batter Up. Now, the reason I have this lower than Batter Up is because it just gives us more melee damage, and that is what, in my opinion, makes it a better card overall than Spiky Bits. And also, pay attention to the order that I'm putting these cards in, because I don't want to see these 2 cards side by side. I'm going to get a damage effect, and I'm not going to go damage effect into another damage effect the next mission. No, I'm going to go damage into something like health. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, the order that these cards are in are very, very important. Now, up next is going to be Brazen, which is going to give us 30% melee stamina efficiency and 30% melee attack speed. And this one actually has somewhat of a downside, minus 5% damage resistance. It's not the end of the world, but it's an actual downside. Unlike the things with, like, the ammo capacity, it's just not even a thing. Now, this, I mean, also seems very self-explanatory. It just helps you swing fast and swing longer, which is all you want to be doing with a melee weapon. Now, Slugger, it gives us plus 5 health, 10% melee stamina efficiency, and 20% melee attack speed. So basically the exact same thing as Brazen, but these 2 things are effects that if you stacked on top of each other, they're actually, it's really good, because, like, at the end of the day, swinging faster is still really, really good. I don't think the combo is better than something like Berserker or Batter Up. That's why it's lower on the list, because if I'm just going from, like, the 7th mission into the 8th mission, I don't mind taking 2 of these effects at one time. Now, up next we have Motorcycle Jacket. Just for the same reason we play Hydration Pack and Body Armor, you are going to be taking a lot of damage, which is the same reason we are also going to be playing Padded Suit. We have to become absolute units on the battlefield, alright? Because we have to be able to tank everything, and we have to be able to kill everything. And the same thing with Durable. It is just another trauma resistance card, but plus 25% trauma resistance is a lot, and I feel like it is enough to get you, without trauma resistance specifically, you know, all the way back down to your 13th slot. Because trauma resistance is good, but you don't want to completely stack up on trauma resistance. Like, if you were to put Hydration Pack where Durable is, meaning that your first 2 are trauma resistance, like, you don't have any extra health or damage resistance. And if you don't have a dedicated healer on your team, which, I mean, it's not every group has a dedicated healer, especially if you're playing with randoms, you are going to go down extremely fast. Because, I mean, yeah, you're not going to be taking trauma damage, but you're taking regular damage, which still kills you. And for the last card in the deck, the last card that we are going to see out of the entire deck is going to be Money Grubbers. Now, I know that this card is super broken, and it is really good in the early game because it just lets your team stack up copper, but I mean, honestly, that's not very important to, you know, just me as like the melee guy, because let me tell you, I am going to be spending the least amount of copper humanly possible, because let me tell you, I'm just going to be buying my offensive support and tactical items, and that's it, because I'm not buying weapons, not buying attachments. No, I have my melee weapon, and that's the same reason you don't need to spend copper on bullets. No, and you can give most of your copper away to your other teammates, so something like this early in the game is not needed. But you do want something like this later in the game, because you are going to need a lot to take, you know, things down, like, you know, finales, or even like the final boss in the game or something, like just super tanky things that you're going to need extra pipe bombs for, extra just everything. I do feel like towards the end of the game, that's when you can actually use the, you know, the extra copper, rather than like in the beginning when I'm trying to like get my melee build set up. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the entire melee list. This is going to take you through every single difficulty pretty much no problem. I mean, there are slight card differences that you can do with each of these cards. You know, you can change the order around a little bit. You can test it and fine tune it to how you like specifically, but this is the build I've been using, and I have been absolutely creaming through everything, absolutely no problem. Well, that's gonna do for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think of this melee deck build, and if there's anything that you would put in or take out, just leave it down in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. And as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.